By the grace of God this morning, I'll be talking on plan to succeed in 2019. In achieving success in 2019, I'll be talking about the place of people skill. Develop your people skill. Tell your neighbor, develop your people skill. Now, what do I mean by people skill? People skill is your ability to connect with people. People skill is your ability to connect with people. And I've come across people that often say that they don't have the natural skill of connecting with people. They feel shy connecting with people, and they feel that was the way God created them. But if you feel shy in connecting with people, it's not because God created you not to have people skill. It is your background, your upbringing, the kind of environment you find yourself that configure you to be what you are today. But I want to challenge you this morning that you can change. You can acquire the people skill you need to achieve your destiny in life. Now, one example I want us to look at this morning is David. David was a small boy. He was a civilian. He was not a trained soldier, but he had the privilege of fighting with Goliath. How did he get that platform? Let's turn our Bible to 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 26 to 28. 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 26 to 28. And David asked the man standing near him. I want you to pay attention. The man standing near David was a stranger to David. David was sent on errand to go and deliver something to his brother in the war front. But David he understood how to engage in talk with stranger. He understood how to communicate with a stranger and be able to pass something across within a very short period. David asked the man standing near him, what will be done for the man who kills this Philistine and remove this disgrace from Israel? Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the army of the living God? Verse 27. They repeated to him what they had been saying and told him, this is what will be done for the man who kills him. Verse 28. When Eliab, David's oldest brother, heard him speaking with the men, he burned with anger at him and asked, why have you come down here? With whom do you leave these few sheep in the wilderness? I know how conceited you are and how wicked your heart is. You came down here to watch the battle. Now, David has a skill to engage people in discussion. He could talk to a stranger and get what he wants. The quality, the people skill that David possessed was not seen by his brother as a good talent. They felt David was too forward. They felt David is not reserved enough. Just like many of us, we scold our children when they talk in front of elders. But David has something unique. He has people skill. And it was that people skill that positioned him for greatness in life. He was able to engage strangers in small talk and create a good impression before them within a very few moments. Now let's see 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 31 to 37. 1 Samuel 17, 31 to 37. What David said was overheard and reported to Saul. If he has said nothing, the king will never hear of it. Quiet people don't climb the ladder of success in life. If David had said nothing, the king wouldn't have heard about it. What David said was heard and reported to Saul, and Saul sent for him. If you want the king to send for you, you must learn to engage people in communication. If you don't know how to engage people in communication, you cannot stand before the king. The Bible says what David said, the impression. The impression David created, within the few minutes he engaged those men, made them recommend him to the king. Praise the Lord. Now, can I have that passage again? What David said was overheard and reported to Saul, and Saul sent for him. Verse 32. David said to Saul, let no one lose heart on account of this Philistine. Your servant will go and fight him. It was his first privilege to talk before the king, but he was so bold. How many of you can have your first chance of meeting the king and you will be so bold? David developed people's skill early in life, and that was what positioned him for greatness. Saul was afraid. The first thing David did was to make Saul feel comfortable that there is no reason to be afraid. Now let's see the next verse. Saul replied, you are not able to go. And you are going to see what is going to happen eventually. You are not able to go against this Philistine and fight him. You are only a young man. Looking at his stature, he said, you're only a young man, and he had been a warrior from his youth. Verse 34. But David said to Saul, your servant has been keeping his father's sheep. David had a credential, and in less than 5 minutes, he sold his credential to King Saul. And the impression about Saul about him changed immediately. He said, David said to Saul, your servant has been keeping his father's sheep. And when a lion or a bear came and carried one of the sheep from the flock, verse 34, 5, I went after it, struck it, and rescued the sheep from his mouth. When it turned to me, I seized it by the ear and struck it and killed it. Verse 36. Your servant has killed. Your servant has killed. What have you killed? In your career, what is your exploit? When you are achieving, you kill it. He said, your servant has killed both lion and bear. This uncircumcised Philistine will be like one of them, because he has defied the army of the living God. Verse 37. The Lord who rescued me from the hand of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine. Saul said to David, go, and the Lord be with you. The same Saul that said, you are a small boy, you can't do it. When he gave David an opportunity to speak for less than 5 minutes, his mind changed, changed his position. And that is how people can change their opinion about your promotion. It's possible they have denied you, but when they listen to you for 3 minutes, they can change their position. I remember when I was in the bank, a promotion exercise was done, and I was not promoted. And the management has said this is going to be the last promotion because we are going to merge with another set of bank. And I went to my MD, having prayed and fasted, and I engaged him in discussion for 30 minutes why I feel I should be promoted despite what the management have said. And the following week, they sent another appraisal to the entire bank. And that got me my promotion to senior manager, because I was able to go and engage my MD in discussion. You can change people's mind through conversation. If you have people skilled, you can influence people's thinking. You can make them believe in you and take a major decision. And that was exactly what David did. But if you are afraid and timid, you can't stand before people and talk. If you cannot sell yourself in 5 minutes, if you have the privilege of meeting Mr. President inside an elevator, and you're going to be there for the next 5 minutes, and he's asking you, can you tell me about yourself? Will you stammer till he leaves the elevator? Or in 5 minutes you will sell yourself, and Mr. President will tell his PA to give you his complimentary card that I think I can work with you in the future? David has a privilege, but because he has developed people's skill, how to connect to people, he was able to take advantage of it. And so many opportunities are being lost today because many Christians don't have people's skill. You tell yourself the reason why they don't like you is because you are a Christian. Are you the only Christian? When you have people's skill, you will be able to connect to people and get what you want in life. John chapter 7 verse 4. No one who wants to become a public figure, no one who wants to become a public figure acts in secret. Since you are doing this thing, show yourself to the world. Do you want to become public figure here? This was what Jesus' brother told him. But this is not applicable to Jesus, because Jesus did not come to buy the world. Jesus did not come to sell himself to the world. Jesus came the world to buy the world with his blood. But for you and I, we are marketing. You are either marketing yourself or marketing your product. And that is why you cannot afford to act in secret. I was telling one of my daughter who has a very beautiful company running, beautiful ideas, but she was always hiding in secret. And I said to her, nobody that wants to be a public figure is in secret. Project yourself outside. When you project yourself, opportunity will come your way. There is nothing godly about hiding. When you project yourself, God will project you more. I said in the first service that Mama asked me many years ago, why do you always put your age whenever you are celebrating your birthday? And I said to her, have you ever seen a public figure that his age is not public? Even when I was not known, I was always putting my age because I knew that I'm going to become a public figure. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. And if you're going to be a public figure, there is some information about you that must be in the public domain. If you don't know how to connect to people, it's going to limit you from getting to where God has ordained for you in life. People must buy you before they buy your product. If you can't sell yourself, you can't sell your product. Now let me say this statement of fact, that in this 21st century, your technical skill and knowledge contributes less than 50% of the reason for your success or advancement in career. Less than 50%. 75% of the reason for your success or advancement in career is your people skill. People skill is about ability to do small talk or make presentation, ability to smile and laugh with people during conversation, ability to say sorry, ability to say thank you, ability to respect boundaries when discussing. You know, when you talk to, this is a milestone, when you talk about it, it will lead to quarrel, you avoid it because you want to connect to the person. Ability to engage people in discussion without making them feel bored. It's not about talking too much. Some of you talk too much and you become boring. Ability to engage people in discussion without being bored. Ability to be likable by your colleagues, boss and customer. Ability to connect to your colleagues and your customer. It is the people that feel connected to you that are in your network. That somebody is working with you in the same office does not mean it's in your network. Only people in your office that feel that they are connected to you. And the only way you are connected to them is by displaying people's skill. Those are the people that are in your network. And your network will determine your net worth. If nobody feel connected to you, you worth nothing. Because whatever you want in life is in the hand of somebody. And the more people you have in your network, the more easy it is for you to have access to things that you can't get by your power. I want to inform us this morning that people don't make rational decisions. Customers don't make rational decisions. Your bosses don't make rational decisions. Neither do I make rational decisions. Because we are all emotional beings. And let me tell you, and this is what is affecting a lot of people when it comes to promotion. When you are liked by your boss, when you put in little effort, he will see it as a big deal. When you are not liked by your boss, put your head down and be working. They say, what is he even doing? He will never recognize your effort. And so the thing that determines your promotion is your people's skill. 75% of it is your people's skill. 25% is just your technical skill. And you say they don't like me. If they don't like you, they won't promote you. It's a different case if we are talking about persecution. You don't want to collect bribe. And that's why they are persecuting you. Persecution is different from they don't like you. You are saying, oh, my boss does not like me. Something is wrong with you if they don't like you. Because those who don't like you cannot promote you. And that is the truth. And so you need to look inward and work on yourself. Because you need to connect to people before they can lift you up. I learned a very big lesson from Mr. Femi Pedro, who was my MD. That year, 4 years into my career in banking, I was recommended by my boss to be promoted to manager. And then as a deputy manager, it is mandatory for me to attend some management meeting. But whenever I go to management meeting, I will keep quiet all through. Now, as at that time, we just implemented a banking application. And I single-handedly converted the data of the bank from the old system into the new system. As in, I sat in one position like this, the day we are going to cut over, from 7 a.m. this morning till 7 a.m. the next morning when we cut over without standing up from that position. Because we must go live the next day. And the MD came and he was excited about me doing the work. But when promotion came, my boss recommended me, but I was denied. And so when Mr. Femi Pedro came to my office in the usual way of going around, he said, Femi, how are you doing? I said, I'm not happy, sir. I've worked so hard and I was denied promotion. And he said to me, managers are not made by coding. Managers are made in meeting. And I learned the greatest lesson of my life. Technical skill can only take you to a level. And that's why you see techie people in techie industry, they always fight with those who run business, because the business people become the CEO of a technical company. The technical people will end up as technical manager. You understand? Go to manufacturing. The people that know the knowledge of using the machine, they will end up as technical manager. Somebody that read MBA will become the MDC. It does not even know how to operate jack. Because it is people's skill that takes you to the top. If you don't develop it, your career will be limited in life. I got the promotion 6 months after, but I learned the greatest lesson of my life. And you know what I discovered at that time? That all those periods I go to meeting and I will just keep quiet, I will not say anything for 2 hours. I began to imagine what was going on in the mind of the MD. He said, this guy must be a dullard. How can somebody be here for 2 hours? He cannot even contribute one thing. Is anything wrong with him? We have said different things now. No single contribution for 2 hours. How did this guy get to this level? Okay, anyway, he's good in computer. But this is a major problem. Empty head. Exactly that was what was going on in his mind. Nobody wants to promote empty head. Nobody wants to promote anybody that will not contribute meaningfully. And do you know, if you keep quiet in me, it will get to a level they will start suspecting you. Say, we have said everything, you have not said anything. Can we trust this guy in our meeting? What will promote you when you cannot even be trusted? And let me say this quickly. A lot of time, our bosses recommend us for promotion, but we still get denied. Because in a big corporation, your boss does not determine your promotion ultimately. Example, in a bank, you are in a unit, you have a unit head. You will have a group head. You have a divisional head. Then you have the MD. If you connect to your unit head and you are working hard, a lot of times the unit head are like you. Many of them don't even have the people skill. They are still very young in their career. So they don't know what the people at the top are looking to. So if you are working, you come early in the morning, close late, they will give you A+ and recommend you for promotion. But when your appraiser get to the top, they will say, no, this guy cannot be promoted. You must know how to connect vertically beyond your unit. Many of you, your group head does not even know you. You will meet him on the staircase. You meet him, he does not even recognize you. What stopped you from introducing? Oh, good afternoon, sir. My name is Femi Ogunsanya. I work in one of the unit reporting to you in the operation department, precisely in domestic operation. It's a pleasure meeting you, sir. You have created an impression. And the next time when you're having a group meeting, you prepare to contribute and you say something, you will remember that guy that met him on the staircase. Oh, that's the guy talking now. You're already creating an impression. When they brought out 2 people to be promoted and they have to take one, is the person they know they will promote. Because you know that this guy must be good, this guy must be good, and you'll be recommended. When you go for divisional, you meet your divisional director, does he know you? It doesn't take anything for you to introduce yourself to anybody. Oh, my name is Femi Ogunsanya. I work under your division, sir. It's a pleasure meeting you. You have created an impression. The day you have divisional meeting, prepare and pray and contribute. A C mouth is a C destiny. Contribute meaningfully. And at the time you have the opportunity of meeting the MDC, or maybe in a village meeting, or you are having retreat for all the staff, don't just go there and sit 3 days in a retreat without contributing anything. Prepare, pray, tell God, give me something meaningful to say, and let the MD recognize you that you have answered a question in that meeting. The thing that makes people get to the top, they call them soft skill. But what many of us are running after is the hard skill. And those who get to the top, they only attend meeting. In fact, you get to a level in your life that you don't work again. You just move from one meeting to the other. And you earn your big pay. And the people that is sweating it out, they will be giving you peanuts. May you not collect peanuts in your life in the name of Jesus. You must improve your people's skill. Determine to make meaningful contribution at every discussion. And doing that will make you listen. If you determine to make contribution, you will listen when the discussion is going on. But if you have conditioned your mind not to talk in meeting, your mind will never be there. But those who want to contribute will listen. And that you are in operation does not mean you should not know about credit risk. You are in banking. They are talking about treasury operation. You will be looking like mumu. Why are you in banking? They can move you to treasury operation tomorrow. You don't need to know it in depth, but you must understand their business. And so when they are talking about treasury operation, you must contribute in a level that people will know, oh, that guy is in operation and he can contribute to this level. If they are not talking about you like that, you can't go far in life. That is the truth. Make good use of every opportunity to make presentation or talk in the public. Church is your biggest platform. Many of these children you see talk here, they can't have difficult career like you have. They have been facing thousands of people talking every Sunday. Many of you are timid. You can't talk before your boss. Even when we give you the privilege to come out, some people have not given testimony all their life before because they can't stand there. You are limiting your destiny. When you have the opportunity to make presentation, grab it. If you have not prepared, say, oh, can you just give me 5 minutes just to reflect over things? You don't need to talk too much, but let it be meaningful. Because you never know who is in that audience that will hear you that one time, and that will be the breakthrough you have been looking for. Stand before the mirror and sell yourself in less than 5 minutes. When you do it in your closet, you will not have problem doing it in the public. Learn how to make stranger feel comfortable with you during conversation. Show empathy when discussing with people. Avoid argument. Learn to listen more. Update yourself on current information so that you can contribute meaningfully. Listen to news. Read newspaper. Know about your career, the latest thing about your career. We were here on Thursday with the youth of Chapel of Transfiguration on Friday, and they were talking about electric car. That who is the major man when it comes to electric car manufacturing. It's amazing that majority of our youth don't even know. All you know is the latest song of which one is it? Davido. Latest song of that's what is in your brain. Of who? I should not mind them. Open your brain to collect right information. If I felt disgrace that our youth don't even know what is happening all over the world. And develop your children along this line. Let them be able to engage adults in discussion, and adults will feel impressed. Now, if they talk before, they say, keep church, don't talk where either. That is what brought you to this level. The same thing you are saying to your children now. Show respect, appreciate people's contribution, give people benefit of doubt, don't be judgmental. Those who are people's key are not judgmental. Make your customer feel appreciated. Know what will interest your customer or colleague. And okay, I gave an example in the first service that people are generally happy when you know the name of their children. Let me give you an instance. You are a business owner. Your customer comes around. You can't ask your customer what are the names of your children. But if he or she comes with a child, ask the child for the name. Or maybe in the course of conversation, your customer mentioned the name of one of the children. When you register that name in your memory, when they come the next day, ask that customer first, how is Shola? How is Shola doing? That customer will feel connected to you. Because it's not just about good service. You are not the only one offering good service. Good service at some point become giving. But what begins to make difference between you and others is your ability to connect with others. Your boss, in the course of conversation, mentioned that he took his child to the boarding school, and he mentioned the name. And the next day you saw, he said, oh, madam, how is Tolu? I hope you are settled down on campus. You are already establishing connection with your boss. And connecting with your boss is not about eye service. I'm not saying go and wash his dishes at home. I'm saying know how to engage in discussion. Know the mood of your boss. When your boss is not feeling fine, show empathy. Don't just say, who cares? Well, is it my problem? What positioned Joseph for greatness was that Joseph showed empathy. When he saw those officers of Pharaoh that they were not looking happy, he said, why are you not looking happy today? And that was all opened the door for his greatness. But you, because they did not promote you last year, you have not forgiven your boss. Say your boss is the October Makukoku. If he dies, the next person will still not promote you because you have a wrong attitude.